Hey everyone, this is Alan with Daily Word of God. Thank you so much for joining me today. This is my Finishing the Bible 1 Year project. We are on day 70. Today is the first day of Joshua. We finished Deuteronomy yesterday. Obviously, moving on to Joshua now. So, I wait to see what happens. Get more into the story aspect. So, yeah, let's get to it, shall we? Joshua 1, 2, 3, and 4 is what we're doing. So, Joshua 1, 1. Now, after the death of Moses, the servant of Jehovah, it came to pass that Jehovah spake unto Joshua the son of Nun, Moses' minister, saying, Moses, my servant, is dead. Now therefore arise, go over this Jordan, thou and all this people, unto the land which I do give them, even to the children of Israel. Every place that the sole of your foot shall tread upon, that have I given unto you, as I said unto Moses. From the wilderness and this Lebanon, even unto the great river, the river Euphrates, all the land of the Hittites, and unto the great sea toward the going down of the sun shall be your coast. There shall not any man be able to stand before thee all the days of thy life. As I was with Moses, so I will be with thee. I will not fear thee, nor forsake thee. Be strong and of good courage, for unto this people thou shalt divide for inheritance the land, which I swore unto their fathers to give them. Only be thou strong and very courageous, that thou mayest observe to do according to all of the law which Moses my servant commanded thee. Turn not from it to the right hand, nor to the left hand, that thou mayest prosper whithersoever thou goest. This book of law shall not depart out of thy mouth, but thou shalt meditate therein day and night, and that thou mayest observe to do according to all that is written therein. For then thou shalt make thy way prosperous, and then thou shalt have good success. Have I not commanded thee? Be strong and of good courage. Do not be afraid, neither be thou dismayed, for Jehovah thy Elohim is with thee whithersoever thou goest. Then Joshua commanded the officers of the people, saying, Pass through the host, and command the people, saying, Prepare your victuals. For within 3 days ye shall pass over this Jordan, going to possess the land which Jehovah your Elohim giveth you to possess it. And to the Reubenites, and to the Gadites, and to the half the tribe of Manasseh spake Joshua, saying, Remember the word which Moses, the servant of Jehovah, commanded you, saying, Jehovah your Elohim hath given you rest, and hath given you this land. Your wives, and your little ones, your cattle, shall remain in the land which Moses gave you on this side of Jordan. But ye shall pass before your brethren armed, all the mighty men of valor, and help them, until Jehovah have given your brethren rest, as he hath given you, and they have also possessed the land which Jehovah your Elohim giveth them. Then ye shall return unto the land of your possession, and enjoy it, which Moses, Jehovah's servant, gave you on the side of Jordan toward the sunrising. And they answered Joshua, saying, All that thou commandest us we will do, and whithersoever thou sendest we will go. As we hearkened unto Moses in all things, so we will hearken unto thee. Only Jehovah thy Elohim be with thee, as he was with Moses. Whosoever he be that doth rebel against thy commandment, and will not hearken unto thy words, and all thou commandest him, he shall be put to death. Only be strong and of good courage. Number 2. Joshua the son of Nun sent out to Shittim 2 men to spy secretly, saying, Go view the land, even Jericho. And they went and came into a harlot's house named Rahab, lodged there. And it was told the king of Jericho, saying, Behold, there came men in hither to the night of the children of Israel to search out the country. And the king of Jericho sent unto Rahab, saying, Bring forth the men that are come to thee, which entered into thine house, for they be come to search out all the country. And the woman took the 2 men and hid them, and said thus, There came men unto me, but I wist not whence they were. And it came to pass about the time of the shutting of the gate, when it was dark, that the men went out. Whither the men went I wot not. Pursue after them quickly, for ye shall overtake them. But she brought them up to the roof of the house, and hid them with the stalks of flax, which she had laid in order upon the roof. And men pursued after them the way to Jordan unto the fords, And as soon as they which pursued after them were gone out, they shut the gate. And before they were laid down, she came up unto them upon the roof. And she said to the men, I know that Jehovah hath given you the land, and that your terror is fallen upon us, and that all the inhabitants of the land faint because of you. We have heard how Jehovah dried up the water of the Red Sea for you, and when ye came out of Egypt, and what ye did to the two kings of the Amorites that were on the other side of Jordan, Sihon and Og, whom you utterly destroyed. And as soon as we had heard these things, our hearts did melt, and neither did there remain any more courage in any man because of you. For Jehovah your Elohim, he is Elohim in heaven above, and in earth beneath. Now therefore I pray you, swear unto me by Jehovah, since I have shewed you kindness, that you also show kindness unto my father's house, and give me a true token, and that you will save alive my father, and my mother, and my brother, and my sisters, and all that they have, and deliver our lives from death. And the man answered her, Our life for yours, if ye utter not this our business, and it shall be, when Jehovah hath given us the land, that we will deal kindly and truly with thee. Then she let them down by a cord through the window, for her house was upon a town wall, and she dwelt upon the wall. And she said unto them, Get you to the mountain, lest the pursuers meet you, and hide yourselves there 3 days, until the pursuers be returned, and afterward may ye go your way. And the men said unto her, We will be blameless of this thine oath which thou hast made us swear. Behold, when we come into land, thou shalt bind this line of scarlet thread in the window which thou didst let go. Alright, my cat's crying. Distracting me. Did a good job. And thou shalt bring thy father and thy mother and thy brother and all thy father's household home unto thee. It shall be that whosoever shall go out of the doors of thy house into the street, his blood shall be upon his head, and we will be guiltless. And whosoever shall be with thee in the house, his blood shall be on our head, and if any hand be upon him. And if thou utter this our business, and we will be quit to thine oath which thou hast made us to swear. And she said, According unto your words, so be it. And she sent them away, and they departed, and she bound the scarlet line in the window. And they went and came up into the mountain, and abode there 3 days until the pursuers were returned. The pursuers sought them throughout the way, but found them not. So the two men returned and descended from the mountain, and passed over, and came to Joshua the son of Nun, and told him all the things that befell them. They said to Joshua, Truly Jehovah hath delivered into our hands all the land, for even all the inhabitants in the country do faint because of us. Okay, Joshua 3. And Joshua rose early in the morning, and they removed from Shittim, and came to Jordan, and all the children of Israel, and lodged there before they passed over. It came to pass after 3 days that the officers went through the host, and they commanded the people, saying, When ye see the ark of the covenant of Jehovah, your Elohim, and the priests of the Levi bearing it, then they shall remove from your place and go after it. Yet there shall be a space between you and it, and about 2,000 cubits by measure. Come not near unto it, that ye may know the way by which ye must go, for ye have not passed this way heretofore. And Joshua said unto the people, Sanctify yourselves, for tomorrow Jehovah will do wonders among you. And Joshua speaking to the priests, saying, Take up the ark of the covenant, and pass over before the people. And they took up the ark and the covenant, and they went before the people. And Jehovah said unto Joshua, This day I will begin to magnify thee in the sight of all Israel, that they may know that as I was with Moses, so I will be with thee. And thou shalt command the priests that bear the ark of the covenant, saying, When ye are come to the brink of the water of Jordan, ye shall stand still in Jordan. And Joshua said unto the children of Israel, Come hither and hear the words of Jehovah your Elohim. And Joshua said, Hereby ye shall know that the living Elohim is among you, and that he will without fail drive out from before you the Canaanites, and the Hittites, and the Hivites, and the Perizzites, and the Girgashites, and the Amorites, and the Jebusites. Behold, the ark of the covenant of Jehovah of all the earth passes over before you into Jordan. Now therefore take your 12 men out of the tribes of Israel, out of every tribe of man. And it shall come to pass that as soon as the soles of the feet of the priests that bear the ark of Jehovah, the Jehovah of all the earth, shall rest in the waters of Jordan, that the waters of Jordan shall be cut off from the waters that come down from above, and they shall stand upon a heap. It came to pass when the people removed from their tents to pass over Jordan, and the priests bearing the ark of the covenant before the people, as that they that bear the ark were come unto Jordan, and the feet of the priests that bear the ark were dipped into the brim of the water, for Jordan overflow with all his banks all the time of harvest, that the waters which came down from above stood and rose up upon a heap from very far from the city Adam, and that is beside Zertan, and those that came down toward the sea of the plain, even the salt sea, failed and were cut off, and the people passed over right against Jericho. And the priests that bear the ark of the covenant of Jehovah stood firm on dry ground in the midst of Jordan, and all the Israelites passed over on dry ground, until all the people passed clean over Jordan. Joshua 4. And it came to pass, when all the people were clean passed over Jordan, that Jehovah spake unto Joshua, saying, Take you 12 men out of the people, out of every tribe of man, and command them, saying, Take you hence out of the midst of Jordan, out of the place where the priest's feet stood firm, 12 stones, and ye shall carry them over with you, and leave them in the lodging place where ye shall lodge this night. Then Joshua called the 12 men, whom he had prepared of the children of Israel out of every tribe of man. And Joshua said unto them, Pass over before the ark of Jehovah your Elohim into the midst of Jordan, and take ye up every man of you a stone upon his shoulder, according unto the number of the tribes of the children of Israel. That this may be a sign among you, that when your children ask their fathers in time to come, saying, What mean ye by these stones? Then ye shall answer them, The waters of Jordan were cut off from before the ark of the covenant of Jehovah, when it passed over Jordan. The waters of Jordan were cut off, and these stones shall be a memorial unto the children of Israel forever. And the children of Israel did so as Joshua commanded, and took up 12 stones out of the midst of Jordan, as Jehovah spake unto Joshua, according to the number of the tribes of the children of Israel, and carried them over with them into the place where they were lodged, and laid them down there. And Joshua set up 12 stones in the midst of Jordan, and placed them where the feet of the priests which bear the ark of the covenant stood. And there they are unto this day. For the priests which bear the ark stood in the midst of Jordan, until everything was finished that Jehovah commanded Joshua to speak unto the people, according to all that Moshe commanded Joshua. And the people hastened and passed over. And it came to pass, when all the people were clean passed over, that the ark of Jehovah passed over the priests, the presence of the people. And the children of Reuben and the children of Gad and half the tribe of Manasseh passed over armed before the children of Israel, and they spake unto them. About 40,000 prepared for war passed over before Jehovah unto battle the plains of Jericho. On the day that Jehovah magnified Joshua in the sight of all Israel, and they feared him as they feared Moshe all the days of his life. And Jehovah spake unto Joshua, saying, Command the priests that bear the ark of the testimony, they come up out of Jordan. Joshua therefore commanded the priests, saying, Come ye up out of Jordan. And it came to pass, when the priests that bear the ark of the covenant of Jehovah were come up out of the midst of Jordan, and the soles of the priests' feet were lifted up unto dry land, that the waters of Jordan returned unto their place, and flowed all over his banks as they did before. And the people came up out of Jordan on the 10th day of the first month, and encamped in Gilgal, the east border of Jericho. And those 12 stones which they took out of Jordan did Joshua pitch in Gilgal. And he spake unto the children of Israel, saying, When your children shall ask their fathers in time to come, saying, What mean these stones? Then ye shall let your children know, saying, Israel came over this Jordan on dry land. For Jehovah your Elohim dried up the waters of Jordan from before you, until ye were passed over, as Jehovah your Elohim did to the Red Sea, which he dried up from before us, until we were gone over. That all the people of the earth might know that the hand of Jehovah that is mighty, that ye might fear Jehovah your Elohim forever. Okay, that was Joshua 4. So here's the daily Bible promise for today. I will instruct thee and teach thee in the way which thou shalt go. I will guide thee with mine eye. Psalm 32:8. Here's the reflection, and I quote, God promises to instruct his children into every righteous path. He sent us his very Spirit to guide us in his ways. God cares for us beyond measure imaginable, and his Spirit will be faithful to illuminate glorious treasures of his truth. Ask God to teach you. Ask God to make you teachable. He shall faithfully do both. And by your growth, God will use you to edify others in the body of Christ. I definitely those things to do things. So let's just pray. Your Elohim, your Jehovah, our Elohim. Let us stand. Thank you for everything you've done for us. Thank you that we're able to read your word. I pray you continue to be with us as we read your word and give us discernment and understanding for your word. Please help us and keep us. And thank you again for everything you've done for us and everything you will do for us. In your precious holy name, our Jehovah, our Elohim. Amen. Thank you guys so much for listening and watching. Hope you have a good evening, morning, night, wherever you're at. And as always, TTFN, ta-ta for now. Take care, God bless, and put God first in everything you do. See you.